Do you know what really happens to your body and mind if you're 65, 70, or even 80 and you never masturbate? If you clicked on this video after reading the title, let me say this plainly. This message is for you. Most people are afraid to talk about what happens when older men give up this private habit. But the truth is, it can reveal 5 shocking truths about your health and well-being that every senior should know. In today's video, I'll walk you through 5 truths that every older man should understand about what happens when you stop masturbating completely in your later years. Some of these will challenge everything you thought you knew, and some may change the way you care for your health from this day forward. Each truth is a doorway into understanding how your daily habits connect to deeper patterns of vitality, resilience, and emotional well-being. So stay with me until the end, because as we explore these together, you may see your own story in a brand new light. Now let's get started. Sign 1, physical health signals. One of the first things that happens when you stop masturbating entirely after 65 or 70 is that your body begins to send signals, sometimes quietly, sometimes a little louder, that things have changed inside. For many men, this shift isn't about losing interest or slowing down in the way people assume. Instead, it's often your body's way of adapting to new routines and rhythms, especially when a familiar source of stimulation is suddenly gone. With self-pleasure off the table, your body can sometimes become less responsive to the small, daily triggers that once sparked energy and circulation. This might show up as changes in blood flow, especially in areas you don't think about until there's a problem: your hands, feet, and even your heart. Over time, some men notice a drop in their general sense of vitality. Your skin may feel a little less elastic, your muscles a little less responsive, and even your digestion might shift in subtle ways. The body is a system, after all, and when you remove a regular input, however private, the effects ripple outward. This isn't always a bad thing. Some men report feeling more balanced with fewer distractions or impulses to manage. But for others, the lack of sexual release can lead to pent-up energy that doesn't have a clear place to go. This can cause tension in the muscles, restlessness at night, or even changes in appetite. You might not feel as strong during daily walks, or you might notice you're getting tired more easily after climbing the stairs. Doctors and researchers have found that regular sexual activity, including masturbation, is linked to certain benefits for cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, and immune response. When you stop, those benefits may slowly fade. Your testosterone levels might decline more quickly, and your body's natural rhythms can shift, affecting everything from your sleep cycles to your mood. But here's the good news: your body is adaptable. With mindful habits like stretching, deep breathing, or taking a few extra minutes each day to move your body, you can help counteract some of these effects. It's not about forcing yourself to go back, but about learning how to give your body the attention and care it needs during this new chapter of life. Every sign, every change is your body's way of asking you to listen closely and treat yourself with kindness. Sign 2, emotional well-being and stress release. When older men stop masturbating altogether, one of the most surprising effects is often on their emotional well-being, sometimes in ways they never expected. Masturbation isn't just a physical release for many men. It's a deeply personal form of stress management, a chance to let go of tension and connect with themselves without outside pressures. When this disappears from your life, you may notice subtle shifts in your mood, your patience, and even your sense of resilience in the face of everyday challenges. Without this outlet, some men report feeling more easily irritated or frustrated by small setbacks, a misplaced set of keys, a slow grocery line, or a disagreement with a loved one. The emotional release that once came naturally now has to find another path. You might turn to hobbies, conversation, or even extra time in front of the television to distract yourself from the undercurrent of restlessness. For some, this works just fine. For others, though, the lack of a familiar release can quietly raise anxiety or make it harder to wind down after a stressful day. It's also worth noting that emotional health is often closely linked to hormones. Regular sexual activity, including masturbation, triggers the release of endorphins and oxytocin, sometimes called the feel-good chemicals. When you stop, your body's chemistry changes, sometimes making it harder to shake off worries or maintain a sunny outlook. This doesn't mean you'll suddenly become unhappy, but you may notice that small annoyances linger a bit longer. or that you feel less eager to tackle new experiences. This period can also be a time of reflection. Without the routine of self-pleasure, you might find yourself looking more closely at your feelings of loneliness, connection, or even purpose. Some men use this time to deepen friendships, reconnect with old passions, or simply practice more self-compassion. Others struggle with a sense of loss, wondering if something essential has quietly slipped away. The important thing is to recognize these feelings as normal. Everyone's emotional life changes as they age, and you have the wisdom to find new ways to nurture yourself. Whether that means talking to a friend, trying gentle exercise, or exploring creative outlets. Remember, you're still in control of your own well-being, and every step you take toward understanding your emotions is a step toward greater peace and balance. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 3, connection, intimacy, and self-perception. Giving up masturbation in your later years often brings unexpected changes to how you feel about intimacy, relationships, and even your own identity. For many men, self-pleasure is not just a solitary act. It's a form of quiet reassurance, a way to feel connected to your own body and indirectly to the world around you. When you step away from that habit, you may discover your feelings about touch, connection, and even confidence start to shift in subtle, sometimes surprising ways. You might find that you miss the simple comfort of being in tune with your own needs, or you might feel a new sense of freedom from urges that used to tug at your mind. Some men experience a loss of interest in intimacy with their partners, while others feel a renewed appreciation for physical closeness, whether that means holding hands, sharing a quiet conversation, or simply sitting together in silence. For some, letting go of self-pleasure is a step toward deeper companionship, opening up space for new ways of expressing affection. But there's another side to this as well. Without regular reminders of your own sensuality, you may find your self-image becoming less vibrant. You might begin to see yourself as less desirable, or worry that you're over the hill. These feelings are common, but they don't have to define you. Many older men, upon giving up masturbation, wrestle with a sense of fading masculinity or the fear of being left behind by time. Yet with honesty and self-compassion, it's possible to build a new identity, one based on wisdom, patience, and the quiet confidence that comes from a life fully lived. Sometimes stepping back from self-pleasure prompts a deeper journey inward. You might ask yourself what truly brings you joy, comfort, or meaning. For some, the answer is connection with family or old friends. For others, it's rediscovering passions like music, painting, or volunteering. It's about finding new ways to feel alive, valued, and loved. In these moments of reflection, remember that your worth isn't tied to any single habit or physical act. You are more than your routines. You are a collection of memories, lessons, and the strength that comes from facing change head-on. By nurturing your sense of connection in other ways, you keep your spirit resilient and your relationships meaningful, no matter what path you choose. Sign 4, sleep, energy, and restorative cycles. What many men don't realize is that the absence of regular self-pleasure can quietly influence how well you sleep and how much energy you bring to your day. For decades, studies and real-life experience have shown that sexual release, whether with a partner or alone, plays a role in helping the body relax and reset. Without it, your sleep patterns can change in ways you might not expect, sometimes subtly, sometimes quite noticeably. For some men, giving up masturbation means a harder time falling asleep or staying asleep through the night. You may find yourself lying awake, restless, or waking up feeling less refreshed than you used to. This isn't just about habit, it's about biology. During orgasm, the body releases a wave of calming hormones like oxytocin and prolactin, which can help signal your brain and muscles to wind down. Without this gentle cue, it may take longer for your mind to settle, especially after a busy or stressful day. Some men, especially those already dealing with other changes in health, notice their energy levels dipping lower in the afternoons or after meals. You might feel more sluggish than you remember, or find it takes longer to recover from a long walk or a project in the garden. While there are many causes for low energy in later life, the quiet loss of a familiar relaxation ritual is a factor that often goes overlooked. On the other hand, there are men who say their sleep and energy improve once they step away from old routines. They discover new rhythms, adopt evening walks or meditation, and find satisfaction in other calming activities. The key is to pay attention to your own experience, without judging it as good or bad. Aging is about adaptation, and sometimes a single change in habit prompts a whole new approach to self-care. If you're struggling to rest, consider simple steps: a warm shower before bed, gentle stretches, or listening to calming music. Don't overlook how your body and mind crave signals to let go of the day's tension. With patience and attention, you can find new ways to restore yourself, even if the path looks different from before. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 5, personal growth and rediscovery. When you stop masturbating entirely in your 60s, 70s, or even your 80s, a surprising door opens to new types of personal growth if you're willing to walk through it. Many older men find that letting go of old routines, especially ones as personal as self-pleasure, forces them to re-examine what truly brings them satisfaction, comfort, and purpose each day. With more time and energy freed up, you may discover interests or abilities you didn't even realize you had. For some, the shift away from a private habit leads to a stronger drive to connect with others. You might volunteer in your community, get involved at church, or simply make a habit of calling an old friend for a weekly chat. Others turn inward, rediscovering hobbies like woodworking, gardening, or learning a new instrument, activities that build a sense of accomplishment and joy from within. You may also find that your sense of spirituality or meaning grows deeper. Without the pull of physical urges, many older adults reflect more on their values, faith, or the legacy they hope to leave behind. Some find themselves more grateful for small moments, or more open to forgiving old hurts. Others notice a quiet, steady increase in self-respect, having proven to themselves that they can adapt, grow, and change, even late in life. But it's not always a smooth or easy road. For some men, the absence of self-pleasure can bring up uncomfortable questions about loneliness, regret, or missed opportunities. That's why it's so important to approach this time with curiosity and self-compassion. Instead of focusing on what you've given up, try to celebrate what you've gained. The freedom to explore, the ability to reflect, and the wisdom to choose what matters most to you right now. Whatever path you choose, remember your story is still being written. Aging brings new chapters, each with its own challenges and gifts. By facing them with honesty and courage, you give yourself the chance to live not just longer, but deeper and more fully than you ever thought possible. Final thoughts. As we close out this conversation, I hope you've taken time to reflect on these 5 truths about what can happen when you stop masturbating between the ages of 65 and 80. Maybe one of these signs resonated with you, or maybe you're seeing your own story in a whole new way. The most important lesson is this: your journey is uniquely your own, and no single habit defines your value, your vitality, or your worth as a man. Aging is a series of changes, each with its own surprises and lessons. What matters is not whether you hold on to every routine from the past, but whether you meet each new chapter with honesty, openness, and self-compassion. You've lived through challenges, joys, and many private struggles. This is just another chance to listen to your body, care for your mind, and nurture your spirit. If you find yourself missing something, try to discover what new experiences can fill the gap. If you feel regret or confusion, know that you're not alone